Welcome to another Will You Snail development live stream. Today we've got something very special planned. I'm gonna create at the very least 7 new levels, but I wanna try if I can do 10 within my usual streaming time, somewhere between 90 minutes and 2 hours. Can we create 10 levels? Let's do a little level design marathon today. And my costume is not very pleasant to wear, so gonna get rid of that. Bye bye costume. I'm really running out of ideas for these. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes per level, and the good news is I have already ideas for all of the levels. As you can see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, that is correct. So we'll definitely finish those 7. Most of them don't really have anything in them that makes sense. I just set up the basic code, so all of the objects work like they're supposed to work. And the super fun part has been saved for the stream, which is the actual level design, and that's what we're gonna do right now. Here, for example, little racing level. I think these are gonna be super fun. Really looking forward to designing these. Oh, and I think I'm gonna turn this into a racing level as well. Then here, I decided to put the tower defense level underwater. Actually, let's put that to the end because that will require some more rebalancing. And of course, I want to do some underwater shooter levels, created a new gun that can shoot downwards. And all of the guns also work a little differently underwater. You'll see when we get there. I think it feels pretty dang cool. So excited to design some levels. Let's have a look at the watch. Okay, stream started 2 minutes ago. So let's try to finish a level every time the timer hits the 10-minute mark at the very least. So we have basically 8 more minutes to finish this level. Let me show you how this looks so far. This is a bomb level where all of the bombs are basically moved around by the underwater currents. Hey, welcome everybody. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're all doing fine. Let me know if you do. Let me know if the stream quality is fine. That would be very nice. And now we've got to skip all the way to the part we want to work on.
Try to give me a challenge, will you?
That is interesting. Where are my bombs? They are probably in traps. Let's fix that bug real quick. There's a spelling error in here. Underwater. Underwater. And I guess now it will work. Let's see. Yes. Okay. Skippity, 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 skippity. Okay, here's where the underwater section starts. So here are the levels we have so far.
Very nice. The simulation is running in rage mode. I love rage mode. It makes people rage. Lol, I got you.
And then after that comes the first level that we'll design right now. And as you can see here, all of these bombs are moved around by the underwater currents.
You've got to try harder than this.
And now my goal is to hopefully create a cool level out of this. And let's see if we can do that. If you have any ideas for level layouts or anything you'd like to add, let me know. All right. So we have, oh geez, we have 5 more minutes to finish this level off. Walls, walls, walls. I kind of do like this stair layout. But what if at the end you need to go up here and then out here? That looks fun. Come on, I don't have time. Really curious if this will actually work out. I've never made this many levels in one live stream. So will I even be able to make it? Who knows? I'm definitely happy that I found another way to reuse these bombs. Every time they appear, they're used in a completely different way. That kind of keeps them interesting, and I don't have to code something entirely from scratch. All I had to do is to make sure they're properly influenced by these underwater currents. Okay. Let's keep that as the general level layout that looks more or less okay. Goal. Object goes over here. Oh, hey, we already got 7 people in chat. That's the amount of levels I want to create at the very least. Maze with breakable blocks. Oh, that would be super mean. That would be mean. We just have to find a way to make sure that it's not possible to just destroy the entire maze before you even go inside. You were motivated enough to join your first game jam, Brecky's Game Jam, because of me. That is fantastic. Very glad to hear that. Are you on the Discord server? If yes, then make sure to send me your game. I'll check it out. And Fabian writes, good night. Good night, Fabian. Thanks for stopping by. And Schlingelkorn asks, Jonas, can you help me? That depends on what you need help with. If you need help with advice, then I might be able to help. And we have 2 more minutes to finish off this level. We're gonna be very strict about this. So, dang it. What will we do? I think one of the main issues is that we need more bomb spawners over here and fewer bomb spawners here. Otherwise, the beginning of the level is extremely cluttered, and I'd prefer this area to be cluttered. And then another issue is that at the beginning of the level there are no bombs yet, so it's super easy if you just rush through straight away. So what I've got to do, place a couple of bombs in there that are already there from the beginning. Geez, where are they? Bombs here. Looks a bit confusing. I know, I'm sorry. Oh god. Underwater currents, where are they? On which layer? Back decoration here. Let's create a couple more underwater currents and then a bit of underwater currents that will help you to propel yourself upwards here to the exit of the level. And in general, it's probably ideal to face more currents in that direction, so we get more bombs over there. Okay, this looks somewhat decent. Let's test it and see if it's okay. Okay, we had to finish this level 30 seconds ago. I think that's fine. We have 9 minutes to finish the next level. Make a simple maze with regular blocks and add some breakable blocks that you have to break to beat it. Looks impossible.
This never gets old.
Dang it, I think the bombs I pre-placed in the level do not realize that they're underwater. Okay. Question is it possible to, in a top-down game, to make a circle where the player can shoot, but behind the wall there is no circle? Huh? What do you mean? I don't understand. Sorry. Does anybody understand what Schlinghorn means? I don't.
Oh, what a desperate
Please
attempt.
explain again. Okay, I would say this level looks fun, plays fun, very nice. It's a bit easy, honestly, for the fact that we're playing in rage mode. Create another bomb spawner here, another one here, and here, and here, here. Okay, we've got to move on to the next level. He means that you have to zap to Pewds. You're definitely doing your part. Very nice.
Not even close.
Okay, that looks a bit more reasonable. I think the level is fun. I would like to keep playing it, but there's no time because I want to create at the least 6 more levels. Hello everyone who's joining the stream. Welcome, welcome. I'm still not entirely sure what you want, Schlinghorn, but raycasting sounds like a good idea if you want to shoot a wall and don't want the shot to be behind the wall. If is that what you want? I'm not sure. This is a bit easy as well. It's all yeah. As a game developer, it's very easy to make your game too hard. But luckily in this game there are difficulty settings and I'm balancing the game around rage mode, and I'll make it a lot easier for everybody who doesn't want to play in this difficulty. So this difficulty is not what most people will be playing on. This is just one of the higher difficulties. So don't worry. Gonna be fine. Okay, is the next level already the racing level? That is cool. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if we can... Oh, jeez! We only have 5 minutes in theory to finish this level. That will not work. Okay, so the way these racing levels work is... Yeah, you'll see in a sec, but it's very intuitive to understand. Of course, you have to reach the finish line first. Okay, let's put the goal over here. No, didn't want to rotate that. Yeah, the bombs definitely need better explosion effects, Darky, I agree. I'll just focus on finishing some levels today, and polishing can be done at a later point. Bombs feel pretty lame at the moment, they just disappear, so that obviously we'll get some improvements. Everybody's still trying to figure out what Schlingelkorn means in chat. That's nice. Find it out for me. Let's move the player down here. Okay. This super long block looks a little weird. Let's break that up to a couple more blocks. Here we go. And now let's fix the path of your opponent. All right. No. Okay. Let's help the player to get a bit of speed here. And same here. And now I just want to see how quickly we can race through this track. Because we have to adjust the speed of the enemy to something that makes sense. Creation code. Great, I can't zoom in here. That's a little annoying. But let's try 10 for the speed, and we'll see if we can beat that. Have you found out what Schlingelkorn wants to do in his game already? How do I pause the game? I go to a persistent, or I set my room to persistent and go to a different room, and then when I go back, everything's still in place.
Would you be so kind and start moving now?
I want to detect where the player's bullets can go. Okay. That sounds like you definitely need ray casting. If you do it in
opening bracket, not closing bracket.
In Unity, if you're doing it in GameMaker, then one simple way to do it is to use move contact solid.
This is boring. Get going.
Basically the way to do ray casting towards solid objects. Oh yes! I managed to beat it, okay. Question is, can we make it even faster? But that looked like a reasonable speed for the enemy. Well, let's try 11. If we can still beat that, that's cool as well.
Yo, this is boring. Get going. No.
Going downwards is surprisingly slow. Would be nice to have a way to speed that up. Okay, let's see if it's possible now. Do you think this level is self-explanatory? I think so.
Make humans great again.
Okay, this is definitely
OMG,
tricky.
Why do you keep dying there?
Is it possible? I feel like it might be possible, but probably not easy.
Absolutely desperate.
Oh, it's gotta be possible. Dang it. I'm wasting a lot of time here.
What a shame.
Okay, let's conclude it is not possible. And underwater current. Or if you put another one here. Another one here. Yep. I thought the jellyfish was your friend. No! It's your racing partner. Oh, nice. Now it's possible.
Took you long enough. Nothing to be proud of.
Okay, actually we can even make this faster now. Which layer is this on? Oh. Minigame, maybe. Yes. Let's try increasing it to 12. Because as soon as I found the fastest speed that's still possible to beat, we can just reduce the speed for all of the other difficulties.
Oh my god, impossible.
Okay, that is definitely still possible.
What a beautiful Christmas present. Thank you.
Almost had it there. Yeah. Still possible. So we can maybe do 10 for, or 11 for hard and 10 for easy. 8 for easy. No clue. Also, we don't need to balance this out perfectly because we've got to move on to the next level. And the next level is, I think, a bigger racing level. And we also have some shooter levels later on. Looking forward to that as well. To show you the new gun. Okay, so here's a little bit of a longer race. Actually, I still need to turn that into an underwater level by putting in the underwater level styler. And changing the music to underwater. There's no underwater soundtrack yet, but that will make it easier to replace it later. And then in mini games, we'll put in our little octopus friend. Where is he? Maybe it is your friend. Maybe the AI just forces you to race against each other. Could be possible. Okay. Then we have to create a new path. Okay. Dang it, these grids always not aligned correctly. we'll see if a long race like this is any fun. And then it will take the shortcut here, which you cannot take. And then I want to have a big nice finish line here. Something like that. No! By the way, I haven't forgotten about the labyrinth idea. We'll see what we can do with that in the shooter levels. And here, minigame layer where no! Okay. So in theory, that should be it. Can we give this guy correct speed? Losing a lot of time here. Paths. By the way, this path should probably be renamed to something that makes sense. And then I copy the code from the racing tutorial. Where I once again have to click on the correct path, on the correct layer. I really want a mode where I can select objects from all layers and not just from one. That would be so useful. Okay, for the speed, guess let's go with 10. And let's see if we can beat it. And also if it's any fun to play or not. Hey Gearreal, working on new mechanics? Yeah, kinda working on new levels. Already implemented the new mechanics before the stream, so we can focus purely on level design, which is quite cool.
Purpose certainly looked like it.
Okay, let's go to this level and oops, what the hell? That one does not have the correct path. Race 2. What engine is this? Yeah, it's GameMaker Studio 2. Dang it, it's too fast. Okay, it's way too fast. It's way too fast. Question is, should we make the snail faster by adding some underwater currents, or should we make the octopus slower? I think we should make the snail faster because speed is fun and also the level is feels a bit too long anyway. So let's add some speed boosters. They are in the folder Special Interaction. First time you're catching one of my live streams, Mark? That's cool. Thanks for checking it out and welcome. Okay. Guess I'll just place a couple of these randomly into the level here. And then the player will have to find the best route through this. A little bit of a stream. I wonder if it's possible to stay in that. Probably not. And then we'll give the player some help getting up here. Shouldn't be too hard. Despite all of these underwater currents, we might still have to make the friendly octopus a little slower, but we'll see. The reason why I'm placing these underwater currents in really stupid positions sometimes is because I hope that that will give the player a bit of choice here. For example, if he wants to take the short route over here or the long route, which has the underwater currents. Oh, that's a bit of an interesting trade-off to think about for players, but we'll see. Okay, let's play it again. We've already taken way too much time for this level, but I'm determined to finish at the very least 7 levels today, so we'll definitely do that. Oh no, I got stuck for way too long here. Dag it. No. No, no, no. No, no, no. Let's try that again. No, let's try that again. What's a little annoying is that you can't really restart the level right now. And I don't know if I want to implement a restart button just for this level. So probably what I should do is just add a couple of spikes here and there that allow you to commit not living. Oh my god! That felt so satisfying. I'll never do that again. Okay, enemy is definitely too fast. Let's slow it down. Oh, did I say enemy? I meant to say friendly octopus. Let's go with 8 instead of 10. Mark, I can definitely recommend Unity for longer game projects. It's definitely a very, very solid engine that allows you to do pretty much anything you want to do. Can't really speak for Godot because I haven't tried it. You love how I have so many different types of levels? Yeah, I think that's really cool. as well. Hope that keeps the game interesting, but I'm really trying to make every single level as interesting as possible. Okay, that almost feels like a fair race now. And then you get a little bit ahead here and think, ha 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 ha, ha ha ha, I'm so far ahead. And then the enemy can still take the shortcut. So what I'm thinking is probably the correct difficulty for hard or for easy. However, for the more difficult difficulty settings, we need more speed. Yeah, I've gotta be a little careful which words you use in your live streams, because random YouTube algorithms like blocking stuff when they hear certain words, or demonetizing. I guess doesn't really matter if that stream here gets demonetized, because it's not monetized anyway. Okay, that is definitely possible. Oh, perfect, perfect. That feels so satisfying when you get it right. Okay, I definitely need to add a couple of spikes so you can commit not living, so you don't have to wait for the thingy to reach the end of the level, the friendly thingy. My English is so good sometimes. Okay, which layer am I looking for? This is really the most annoying part about building levels in GameMaker, is finding the correct layer every time you want to place an object. It's so annoying, and it was way better in the old GameMaker. Okay. Where are my spikes? That's the second most annoying thing, is finding the correct objects in your confusing folder structure. And the third most annoying thing is that these grids here are never aligned the way I want them to be aligned. But I guess that's my fault. So that's a couple of not living stations here and there. They're not really supposed to be dangerous. Just a way to restart the game, the level. Where can we put one here? Yeah, that is definitely not useful over here, but who cares? And then I don't think we need too many not living stations here, because that's pretty much the end of the race anyway. And if you make it till there, you probably don't want to restart. Okay. The level is officially finished. Next meme. What if the enemy speeds up with time? Actually, it's the other way around. The enemy is faster at the beginning, and then it gets slightly slower at the end. And I did that in order to increase the tension of the race a little bit, but it's pretty subtle. It's 30% of the speed difference or something like that. No, just a little tricksy. Somehow these levels are super enjoyable. Stop me from playing. Please hack my PC and shut this game down. I need to build more levels, but it's too much fun. Oh yes, 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 yes. Oh, it can feel so satisfying. Yes, come on. Come on, no! Okay, good enough, good enough. That level is definitely good enough. Oops, I forgot to... Well, let's balance out the difficulty just a little bit. Long race. Mini game. Good. Okay, so that is 9.29. 8.5. 7.5. I think that will be okay. But I'll do some more testing on that at a later point. Okay, let's also remove these weird X's from all of the levels we've finished so far, so we can keep better track of what's happening. Oh, next up is actually another racing level. And this time I want to combine it with dangerous stuff. What if enemies start shooting ink at you after a while? Yeah, I've thought about that as well. And I decided to keep it for the boss fight. Also, there's no need to fix what ain't broke. Broken. Levels are pretty fun. What the hell happened to this block? Okay, let's make this level a little wider. Nice to see you here in chat, by the way, Jan. Haven't been here for a while. Hope you managed to finish your studies in a way you're happy with. I think you did. Okay. So I think this will be a little bit of a shorter race than the last one. Maybe a little longer. Because this one will definitely contain a lot of objects that will allow you to commit not living. A lot of objects. Go up here. Minigame. B. If you have any ideas what to actually do with the level design, I'm very open for that. If you suggest any new mechanics, that's cool as well. It's just not gonna be something I'll implement today, because today is level design day. I wanna get some levels done. Make the subcap great again. Is Pewds still ahead, by the way? I lost track again. I think the Elon Musk meme review saved him, right? Oh, everyone passed the bachelor thesis. That is, I'm very glad to hear that. Okay. Let's create a cool track. Not quite sure which layer these are on, probably on the spikes layer. No? Spike layer? Trap layer? No? No? Which layer? On the goal layer. That's not where they belong. What the hell? Walls. Am I complaining too much? I try to be a very positive person, but sometimes I feel like I start complaining a bit too much on stream. Definitely a habit I want to get rid of. Okay. Minigame. Papa. That's not the path I want to change, by the way. Let's add a new path. Oop. Of course, the enemy takes the very complicated long way. And after that, we'll have enough racing levels for today, and then we'll move on to the shooter levels. Oh my god, already been streaming for 1 hour. Slow down, speed up time. Antique gear games, what exactly do you mean? 8 is the sub gap. What? Do you just freestyle these level designs on stream, or do you brainstorm some ideas before the stream and then know kind of how you're going to lay out the level ahead of time? What I actually did before this stream is I created a plan for which kind of levels I wanted to create. So I knew I want to create 3 racing levels, 3 shooter levels, or I don't know if we have 3 shooter levels, but I had 7 ideas for levels. No concrete ideas how exactly the level should look like, but 7 unique combinations of mechanics where I thought I could make something that feels unique and interesting and different than all of the other levels. For example, as you can see here, yes, we're making 3 racing levels, but they're all very, very different from one another, because this one will be jam-packed with enemies, the last one was very big, the first one was very small, so they will definitely all feel very different from one another. And if they don't, then I'll fix it so they feel different from one another. Good question. Thank you, Mark. Make currents that can launch you right into spikes if you're not careful. That is a fun idea. We'll do that. And it's also an idea that doesn't require me to code anything new. So ideas like that are especially welcome. But they're vital to give you an advantage. Oh, it gets even better. Currents that go in the wrong direction. Yeah, that could be fun as well. An idea for a mechanic, maybe you press a button and you can cycle through time speed. What do you mean? You can change the speed of the game. That sounds like a very interesting mechanic you could build an entire game around. So for a simple gimmick, it sounds like a bit of overkill. It's a cool idea though. So I'm gonna call it a pass. I hope somebody uses this idea. What is the correct layer? What I would really love to do, UU Games, in case any one of you is watching, UU Games developers, I would like to be able to set the layer of an object here in the object, and then I can just drag everything in scene and it will automatically be placed on the correct layer. That would be such an awesome feature. Please make it happen. It would definitely make it so much easier to build these levels, because this layer crap here slows you down a lot, or at least me, because I'm bad at focusing and finding stuff. Okay, let's take it one step at a time. Let's not stress out. All of the traps are here, so let's just pack this level with a couple of traps. Oh no, can't sing any songs on stream or we'll get a copyright strike. Sorry, my fault. If you would like to listen to music, then by the way, just turn on your own music. I'm not professional enough yet to have, what the hell, music playing during the stream. Yeah, I should be able to find some music in theory that we can listen to. Would that be nice, some music? Yes, probably, right. Okay, that is not enough. We also want some spikes on the ceiling. We're probably going to use the mechanics in a couple of weeks. Is there another game jam you're taking part in? Would definitely be very useful for a game jam, I think. Copy strike. Okay, seems like we have quite a bit of stream delay again, but that's not a problem because I usually don't look at the chat all that often anyway. Most of the delay comes from the fact that I'm just not paying attention. Alright. Alright. Do we have enough spikes? Not sure. So the challenge on this level will come more from the traps than from the speed. You'll still have to be fast, but it will be a bit more forgiving in terms of the speed, I guess. Oh, and maybe we can have the AI spawn some stuff as well. That would be interesting. And also don't worry, spikes are not the only trap we have. We have a couple more mean things we can put in here. Yeah. I mean, no. Okay, let's keep that spike. And let's place the underwater currents next and try to implement Jens' ideas, because I thought that were some cool ideas. For example, I already see one place where we can do this. Yeah, that's what you meant, Yen, right? So you can get a speed boost by using that current, but it also faces directly towards the spike. So getting that speed here is basically playing with fire. And then this time we'll make sure the dangerous way is the superior one. Because you can probably also just go over here. That's boring. Here, let's place some underwater currents. They're facing directly towards those spikes. Here, once again, the long way will get the extra current. Okay, let's balance this out somewhat fairly, because here both ways look kind of hard. Let's also make these currents face towards spikes. Just for funsies. And then put one that's facing in the wrong direction here. Maybe. Okay. We definitely need a couple more spikes on the spikes layer on this wall here. And now what we need is a couple of enemies. And then what we need is a bit of playtesting. Okay, let's put the enemies on the traps layer. I want one jellyfish here, because jellyfish are super annoying and I love how annoying they are. And then let's also put a couple of fish in here. Just a couple. Okay, maybe that's already a little more than a couple. And on top of all of that, let's also put an AI in here that actually spawns traps. Oh my god, I'm a little afraid of the difficulty. AI. Underwater, what does it spawn? No, that's not what I'm looking for. Bikes and cats, is that the one? Okay, let's just create a new one. And call it racing. And the main thing we want is these air cats that are not cats anymore, but mines. They already rename the path. Yes, okay. Because then we should be ready for playtesting. Okay, this level definitely took me a lot longer than 10 minutes. And for the speed, let's go with something like 7, because this is a very challenging level. It's gonna be hard enough without the time pressure, I guess. Okay, I think I missed a couple of your messages again. If I missed anything important, feel free to just post it in chat again. You're not doing any game jams, you're making a game in a 1-week game experience. Cool. That projects like that are always cool. You could just make a YouTube playlist or a second stream that just streams music as an option. Yeah, but I need to make sure it's no copyrighted music, so I need to either use some of my music or find anything else. That's not copyrighted. Okay, we've already played this level. Okay, let's see how difficult this one is.
Jeez,
Playing with fire
wake me up
underwater.
when you're ready.
Calm down, Satan. Okay, let's see how difficult this is. Okay, it's very difficult. Who would have thought? Can't even make it out of here. Okay, the AI is overkill. Yeah, no, the AI is definitely overkill. The fish might even be overkill. Okay, but let's remove one thing at a time. Zayton sees he made a mistake. He goes back and tries to fix it. He accidentally made hell too much like hell. What I don't like about these fish is that they make these levels a little inconsistent, which usually is fine because you have time, but in this level you don't have time, so that inconsistency feels pretty annoying actually. Okay, fish will go as well. Bye bye, fish. Now the problem is obviously that it's getting closer and closer to the level we made before. But I hope it still feels different enough. And honestly, these racing levels are pretty fun. So having a couple more of them probably doesn't hurt. Get Trackmania vibes from this. Okay, this is actually still quite a different thing than the level before. Ah, jeez, these downwards currents are so mean on top of those spikes. I really like that beginning here, because if you do it correctly, you can gain a lot of speed. Can you get up here without that? Oh yeah, you can. Question, is it even worth it then to grab those boosters? Oh yeah, because you can go straight through there. Oops. Okay, so if the player uses one of these, I wonder if you cannot just cheat yourself in here then. Okay, let's remove one of those spikes. this one, and then hopefully this will be a legit way to get up here. And what the hell do we about these things? They are so mean. Maybe I remove the first one. With AI it will be pure chaos. Yeah, you were right, Jan, as always. You were right. The fish look derpy and cool. Actually, they are... I didn't create the fish. They are fan art. Sheesh! These downward currents are also surprisingly strong. Okay, I think I actually managed to balance these two paths out in a way that they are both pretty usable. This one could start a little earlier. That is just so mean. Maybe one of them is enough. Because then after that you instantly meet the jellyfish, and the jellyfish is also just brutal to deal with. You played the Christmas demo? Hey, cool. Thanks for checking it out. Terribly fun? That's awesome. We had the same idea at the same time again. Oh, you wanted to remove that spike as well, yeah. Already made too many games together. Oh, that's really cool. You can float pretty far down there. Jeez. Which difficulty is this, by the way? Oh, impossible. Okay, let's test it on rage mode. The difficulty at the moment doesn't change anything except for the behavior of that jellyfish. It gets faster on higher difficulties. And now the spike is not dangerous at all anymore, so we've gotta change that one again. I'm seriously considering to remove that jellyfish because it's just pissing me off. It's making me commit not living a little too often. Fun fact, I already died 130 times during this live stream. You can see that number popping up whenever I die. 132, 133, 34. I came to the conclusion we will remove this. It's annoying. And I also came to the conclusion this path here needs to be a little harder to make it fair. So here once again we'll have a current facing towards that spike. So you cannot just float from up here all the way to here, even though that was quite fun, but we gotta make sure the game doesn't not get too fun. Don't want that to happen. Yes, that is correct, Jan. But also it's just fun to say. You can cheat your vest. Dang it. Why is it possible to cheat like this? No. I want people to play with fire here. You can just go here. Where's the fun in that? Do you actually ever make it to the end? Almost made it to the end. These currents here are a little pointless if they stop before the spikes. They should carry you all the way into the spikes. And then what do we do about this part? Oh, that's an interesting noise. Didn't know I could make that. Does it help if we add a spike there? But it's getting more and more unattractive to go this way. No, we can't do that. Now this is more difficult than I thought, balancing this out properly. Also, I feel like the end section here is a little impossible due to this current. We'll make it. I need a bit more space in the beginning section to prevent cheese. Okay, my solution was exactly the opposite. Yeah, you might be right. Might have to redesign this a little bit here. Yeah, that looks like something that's where it's not possible to cheat anymore. Ha! Just plug the hole. Very lazy level design, but it will work. No, I wish I hadn't removed all of those currents over here. Oh my god, already streaming for 90 minutes. I hope we'll be able to finish all of the level I wanted to finish. How many are still missing? Let's check. We still have 4 levels. Gonna be tight. I think we might not be able to make it. Yeah, I mean, what am I talking about? Of course we'll make it. We will make it. Next meme. Okay. Now it's gotta be possible. Come on. I just came here to listen to Jonas do ASMR. When am I doing ASMR? I mean, I create a lot of weird sounds. That's probably true. And I'll talk a lot of gibberish, which is good for ASMR as well. So guess this is an ASMR stream. Except for the fact that sometimes I'm like, why did I die? Can I get a really satisfying, cool start here? Oh yeah. Oh, that was a good run. Did you see that? How much faster can we make that thing? Okay, we'll just move on to the next level. I'm sure this is not perfect yet, but it's good enough. Minigame. And next up, I think, is a shooter level. Ah, no, not yet, but the next one won't take very long. Creation code. So I feel like we can make this a lot faster on the higher difficulties. What was the speed before? Was it 7? Was it 8? Dang it, can't remember. Okay, while we're at it, let's check out the next level. we'll still test this again. But then this level here is one I've designed quite a while ago, and let's just turn this level into all of the underwater traps, because we don't have a level where we combine all of the obstacles yet. So maybe it's good that we didn't do that in the last level, because now we can do it in this level. Player, player, player. Oh, I'm getting hungry. I need something to eat. Do you have something to eat? So we'll put in our spikes and cats, maybe? For maximum difficulty. And then we'll put in a couple of fish, and that will be more than hard enough. And then maybe we might have to remove a couple of these jellyfish again. Rubs. Fish. I'll sprinkle a couple of fish in here. Let's not overdo it, because if I put in too many fish here, I can already see myself deleting all of them. Let's put a couple more here at the end, because it's the end. And the end is allowed to be a little more challenging. So let's test those two levels out. This one was a quick one. It's a new genre, horror ASMR. Do I already have ideas for the underwater boss fight? Yes. Do you want me to spoil it? Oh, yeah. This is hard. This is really hard. We can't really test the racing level again, because there's no way to go back to the last level. But yeah, well, I think all it needs is a tiny bit of rebalancing. So here you can definitely already see a major difference on all of the difficulty settings. For example, if I play this on story mode, this should be way easier. So most players will probably play it on a difficulty that looks more like this. And we'll probably have a couple fewer jellyfish, so you can't be circled like that. Yeah, even maybe I've made it a little too hard. It's even this challenging on lower difficulties. That might be a very good sign that it's a bit too hard. Let's add zoom to this level. I think that would definitely work quite well here. And remove a couple of traps, and then move on to the shooter level, which I'm very excited for. We might try to build a little labyrinth as suggested by you. Wall, 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 wall. And let's start the level out relatively zoomed in. Zoom out a little bit here. Probably a bit more here, so you can see all of that crap. Then we can zoom back in again here. Zoom in even more. Maybe there's a bit too much zooming around, we'll see. And then let's remove a couple of enemies, so at the very least we can beat this on the easy difficulty. Or on story mode, I guess that's how it's called. Okay. I'm just gonna play Thanos. You are gone. You are gone. Who else is gone? You are gone. You are gone. You are gone. You are gone. Ah. Okay, that's it. I wiped out half of the population. Let's try this again. You don't use Unity? Yes, I use Unity as well. Just for this project I use GameMaker. Okay, now we are able to... Are we able to make it? Let's not talk too soon. These underwater currents here make it a little, you don't really have a lot of choice going down here. You basically have to go down this way, and then you have to rely on pure luck for there not to be anything. I don't really like that part of the level. Should be better now. And I feel like we could use like 1 or 2 more fish over here. Cool. Cool, cool, cool. What is that engine? That is GameMaker Studio 2. You don't feel so good? Oh, that's a pity. Construct, Unity, Godot, what does it really matter? They all make games. Okay. Obviously it does matter which one you use. But what I meant to say is none of them is horrible. They're all pretty decent from what I can tell so far. This level is still extremely hard at the moment on on story mode, but that's because usually in addition to making everything a little slower, I also remove a bunch of enemies in the lower difficulty tiers, which I haven't done yet, so that's why it's still quite challenging. Let's try that on Rage mode, and I'll probably remove a couple more enemies after playing this in Rage mode. I feel like the zoom is quite decent. It's so annoying. Oh no, make it stop, no! Oh my god. Someone once said construct can't construct. That's my kind of humor. Can't tell though, because I haven't used construct yet. I think Tim made his game with construct, right? And it turned out pretty damn good. So it can't be that bad of an engine. So okay, let's play Thanos one more time and then move on to a shooter level. You are gone. You are gone. It doesn't look like that many enemies, but when you play it feels like a lot like a lot of enemies. You are not gone, you just move over here. So you're not all exactly in the same place. Should already help a little bit. Are you gone? Is this one gone? Maybe it goes in here. Yeah, I'm not even gonna playtest this. I'm pretty sure it's still extremely hard, but it should be doable. Let's move on to the next level. This one called Hardcore Mix. And the next one is the shooter level. Finally, I can show you the new mechanics I implemented. I think they're pretty cool. Yeah, Tim uses construct too. Yeah. There are a lot of bad games made with it, but that's not really a fair argument, because there are a lot of bad games made with every engine. There are extremely bad games that are made with GameMaker, there are extremely bad games that are made with Unity. So I think that is not really an argument. Should probably look more at the good games that come out of each engine and compare those. That would probably make a little more sense. Yeah, shooter level. Okay, as we launched in this level right here, let's give it one more shot. 250 deaths already, easy peasy. Okay, that jellyfish up there is a little mean because sometimes you can't see it due to the zoom level. Okay, feels pretty impossible. Perfect. Rage mode definitely makes me rage. I'm not showing my rage, but I'm pretty furious that this level is still way too hard. Why is it so hard to make easy levels? Okay, here's the shooter level. Here are the 3 different guns. First one shoots up, but as you can see underwater the bullets don't have unlimited range. They slow down after a while and disappear. So your long range weapon basically turns into a melee weapon underwater, which I think is pretty damn cool and interesting. Feels quite a bit different than in all of the other levels. And then same goes obviously for the gun that shoots sideways. That one does not have unlimited range either anymore. And this one is the oopsie doopsie. As you can see here, these blocks move a lot more slowly underwater, which I think is cool as well. And then the new gun is the downwell gun that shoots downwards and even gives a little bit of an extra bullet burst when you jump again mid-air. Okay, so I think we can make a level just with that. And in theory I also prepared some sprites for the underwater shooter level enemies, which are these piranha fish. Where are they? Somewhere here. So later on I'll make the player shoot these piranhas. But for now, let's try to create a cool level with the elements we have right here. And is after that only the tower defense level remaining? Yes, okay. Okay, so we won't be able to finish the tower defense level. 6 levels, still pretty good. Still a new record. Best one I managed to do so far is, I think, 3 or 4 levels. We definitely haven't done 6 levels before. Let's try to build something interesting with this, shall we? What if the player starts up here? Let's select the wall object, wall. What I'm wondering about a little bit is, should we already give the player the gun that shoots downwards, or is it already enough that the bullets behave differently underwater? Because maybe we can stretch out the content a little more effectively if we just use the 2 guns the player knows already, but with a slightly varied behavior. So yeah, let's do that. Let's let's give the player this gun first. And let's try to build a labyrinth. Already placed some walls on the wrong layer again. I'm thinking. That's why I'm not talking. Hey everybody. Yeah, it's basically downwell underwater. Beepity beep. And then one thing we can definitely exploit for this labyrinth is the fact that you can... Actually, there are multiple interesting things. First is that you cannot shoot upwards, meaning if I put a barrier here, you cannot destroy that without the correct gun. The second interesting thing is that if we have really long tunnels like this, you cannot shoot these blocks from from here. You need to get closer to them because your gun doesn't have that long of a range. And then it's gonna be harder to flee from the blocks that are coming your way. Oh, actually you can shoot downwards with the sideways gun because it has a little bit of spread. Yeah, I forgot about that. And same with the gun that shoots upwards. That could make for an interesting puzzle as well, though. So let's say here you have to get the gun that shoots upwards for some reason, or maybe not yet, but let's put it there. There's the upwards gun. Not in sprites. Let's close that. Mini games, shooter, gun 2. No, gun 1 is actually the one we're looking for. Not really sure if you could call this a labyrinth. But I also didn't really expect this to be a very complicated labyrinth. Why would you go through here? I'm a little confused. Let's just playtest this and see how this feels so far. You gotta go. Good stream. Well, thanks for staying here so long. Hope you enjoyed. That is actually pretty easy. What's missing in this level is the challenge. So, what can we do about this? Let's try a couple of things. If it doesn't really work, then we'll have to find something else. So far, I'm not very convinced. By the way, there are more effective ways to place objects in GameMaker, but that would require me to find the object in here. Oh, there it is. That would have been easy. Wait. No, I'm not done yet. I want to replace more walls with this. Does that make it more interesting in any shape or form? Let's see. By the way, thanks for watching my video. I mean, if I find out that one of my viewers has a YouTube channel, I always check it out. Okay, that doesn't really make it a lot harder because with patience you can still quite easily get through here. I mean, I know one thing that would make it harder. Do you have any ideas what to do with this? I'm not really convinced by this so far. The only thing that's hard about this level so far is being patient. Oh, that was an interesting chain reaction. Huh. 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 You can add some kind of portal that teleports you in one way. Yeah, but how would that fix the problems this level has at the moment? Which is that it's not really challenging and just involves a lot of patience and waiting. I feel like I have an idea for something that could be interesting, but it probably involves the gun that shoots downwards. So maybe this will not be the first level. Maybe we'll just do a Piranha level first. Oh, well, now which layer did I put that on? Okay. Something like this, where you have to dig yourself downwards. I feel like that's kind of interesting. Not really sure what the best strategy here is. Oh. Just from viewing it, does that seem more interesting than what we had before? Yes or no? definitely definitely quite hard. Yeah, I would not say that it's too easy, and I would also not say that it's purely a level about patience. This clearly involves some skill, is interesting, something we didn't have before. So I feel like this might be a good introduction level for the downwards gun. Let's do it. Can I somehow select all of these objects? Probably possible. Shouldn't be possible to go back up here. So you don't have an unintended hiding place. And on the easier difficulties, I'll probably add a couple of extra platforms here where you can hide from stuff falling towards you. Seems more interesting indeed. Yeah, cool. Add some mines to that. Some of the boxes explode, taking nearby boxes with them. Sounds interesting. The only thing you might want to explain to me real quick is in which way does that make the level better? Why does it make the level better? And then down here we can just put the exit. Very nice. Oops. Filling that with some blocks. Oh, that's a really long live stream, but I kind of want to finish this level. Okay, let's test it. Makes it better because that way it's shorter, so you don't have to wait that long, and it doesn't lose its scale. Okay, fair enough. Also offers some risk reward. How that? Kangubert means it's too linear. So there are, what you want to say is there are not really any interesting choices to take, right? It's just skillfully dodging blocks, and that's all you have to do. Okay, the exploding blocks would be different ones. What do you mean, Kangubot with you'll get Rose? We will do the explosives. Alright, you already convinced me. I think I have another idea of how to make this a bit more interesting. Simply by putting in something we can only use in this world. So let's use it while we can. The search function is not very useful if you have a lot of things with the same name. Can you get back up though? That should not be possible. Let's try to make it really unpractical to get back in there. Okay, what's the fastest way to code some exploding block things? Let's see. First of all, where are these blocks? Are they in walls? Yes. Call it explosive block. Which will have some weird pattern in here to show that it's different. I think the easiest way probably to code that is if this block just, instead of creating blocks that go in all just upwards create these blocks. No, that doesn't work. Okay, let's just do a normal explosive block, whatever. Minigame, shooter, destructible wall, and let's make this a child of destructible wall and call it explosive wall. Okay. And the main difference here for once is the sprite. Let's change the sprite. Let's delete these events. And then in here we need to spawn the explosion. I think I already have an explosion somewhere that we can use as a placeholder. Probably in mini games, tower defense. No, not in here. Ah, yeah, here. That one will destroy itself after playing its animation. Animation end. Instance destroy. And that one will just also create an explosion. Which for some reason is called sprite explosion. That is a mistake. Object explosion. We'll just keep that white for now for the sake of simplicity. Maybe instead of instantly crushing you, the squares could also move you upwards. Oh, that's a cool idea as well. Maybe we should create a new object for that though. Because problem with the destructible walls is also when you mess it up, they're gone, and then maybe you can't get up anymore. So if we do that, it should be something that respawns. That's definitely a cool idea. Input funny. Yeah, there's some untapped potential, I agree. Okay, now when it collides with what does it need to collide? With object, mini games, shooter, wall. Okay, now all of the objects together. Need to give this the drop direction as well. And it will just put its HP other.hp to 0 and other do event user 0. Let's hope that works. Minigame, 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 minigame. Okay. I'm very curious to see what happens. Probably a beautiful error message, my favorite. Oh, Darkson, you're back. Oh, Dark, you already said now had the ability for this block to recover every 5 seconds. Oh, why can we not see which ones are the correct ones? Was that the sprite? Ah, yeah, somewhere. I set the sprite somewhere. Do I? No, I just set the image index, but not the sprite index. Then why does it not have the correct sprite index? Okay. No, stop it. Sprite index equals. We'll just do it like this. Wait, event inherited. Okay, this should work. Let's try it out. Brilliant. What the hell? Why? 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 Hey Palchu, welcome to the stream. Like, question I'm wondering about is how did I manage to mess this up so quickly? How did I manage to mess this up? I don't understand. Ah, it's not really a very usable sprite. But then why did we also not see the sprite of this one? Let's try again. Maybe they auto-exploded. No, that was not the case. They just didn't have a sprite, but that's one thing I thought about as well. That is... that is not quite what we wanted to happen either. Let's remove this real quick. Let's just see if in theory something happens when we destroy these blocks. You're a music producer, cool. Thanks for checking in, and I'll let you know if I need anything. I'm not really super good at making music, but I really enjoy it, so that's why I create most of the music for my games myself. Do we see an explosion when I destroy this? No, there's no explosion. Why is there no explosion? When we create one of these explosive walls. That's strange. Let's set... maybe let's not set image speed to null, but let's not destroy this. So if HP is smaller than 0, we create object explosion at XY on layer spots. You see that, right? I'm not the only one who sees that. It's not a bug, it's a feature. Not entirely sure how something not being here is supposed to be a feature. Why is this object not created, this explosion? That's really strange. Let's use one of my favorite debugging methods and just do a game end in here in the create event. So if this object is actually created, the game will just end itself. Okay, it is created, so now we already know that that is working, but why can't we see it? Let's use a different sprite. Let's use that piranha. Does it have a parent? No, it does not have a parent. Which is good. Shouldn't have. Here's nothing and here's nothing. There's nothing in this object. It needs to be visible. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, I'm back. Okay, got to go. See you later. Thanks for stopping by, I guess. Maybe I know why. I think I know why. Oh yeah, I know why. Oopsie. Oopsie doopsie. Jonas did an oopsie. Where's the correct sprite? I don't have the focus to click through those folder structures anymore. It's so exhausting. No, walls was the correct one. No, walls was not the correct one. Mini games. Oh, thank God I found the explosion. Now we can bring all of this back. Very nice. Okay, yeah, that's actually, yeah, I like it. What I do not like is that the game is not working anymore. That is a little bit of a shame. Question is, why does it happen? Very good question. Who has a better question? Darky, what are you laughing about? Are you laughing about me failing? Hope not. Obviously this needs a more satisfying effect and sound. Other than that, it's quite cool. And also I would like to know why the game crashed before. That should not happen. It's gotta be some kind of for loop we get stuck in or something weird like that. Unfortunately, I can't reproduce it. What did I do earlier? Did I maybe destroy one of these explosive blocks with an explosive block? What happens if I destroy those here in the middle? Oh, I'm also very proud of the fact that I put a spike up here, because if you forget to bring the gun, then now you have a way to commit not living. I think this level is pretty interesting now, pretty fun. As long as it doesn't crash, it's pretty fun. It's still pretty hard, as it should be. In theory, I just need one way down, right? But even that isn't all that easy. I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. It's a cool level. Just, why did it crash earlier? No! Problem is you can't land anywhere to recharge your jump. That's what makes it so hard. Is it even possible? think the best solution is just to give them more life in underwater levels, more HP. They don't even check whether they're underwater or not. That is a shame. Projectile. They know if they're underwater. Okay, then yeah, that makes more sense. Why is the explosion not centered? What? Is it not centered? I didn't even notice, but I kind of know why. You have good eyes, Jan. Very nice. We need to offset it by 30. Because the pivot of the block is not in the center. Oh, we're happy to see that it works. That is nice, Darky. Thank you. Have you thought of having squares not kill you instantly? No, actually I haven't thought about that, because everything in this game kills you instantly, so I didn't really spend a second thought on it. Could be cool if you had the blocks squish you against walls. Yeah, didn't you suggest this idea earlier, or was that somebody else who suggested it earlier? I think the player is quite a bit too fast to make that a real threat. You could just get off of these blocks quite easily. Plus you could write the blocks later on, it could be expanded on. Yes. Maybe you weren't here before when I tried to explain that. I really like that idea. I think it's a cool idea. Just think that is probably not the functionality I'm looking for these objects. But maybe we can create that as an extra object. Because one of the problems with writing that upwards is that we would definitely they would definitely have to respawn. Otherwise, if you somehow miss the train up, you can't beat the level anymore. I appreciate the input. Definitely good ideas. I hope what I'm saying makes sense. Okay. So that makes the level already a bit easier. The fact that these blocks have a bit more HP now. One of the rare cases where giving something more HP actually makes it easier. Okay, except for the player, of course. Giving the player more HP usually makes it easier as well. Oh, I made it! Nice. Okay, I don't think we need to make that any harder. And we made it! We created 6 new levels. I wanted to create 7, but we only managed to create 6. We're gonna go through all of them real quick in case you missed it. We'll have a quick look at all of the levels we created. If you have any more questions or suggestions or things you would like to discuss with me, please post them in the chat now. I'll be reading chat for a couple more minutes. And then we call it a day. No toilet paper today. Yeah, my costume for today was I had a costume, but it wasn't really comfy, so I got rid of it. Left or right, everything gets triggered, and then you want to land, but no way to... Angry Bird. Okay, I guess we could make objects squash you from different directions. That sounds a little tricky to implement, actually. And I'm running short on time, so maybe I'll just be lazy with that one. Sounds cool, though. Yeah. And how? One thing I don't understand with your idea yet is how do you trigger those blocks? Do they just get triggered by themselves? Do you have to shoot them? I'm not entirely sure. Make box HP difficulty dependent. Yeah, we can do that as well. I'm just wondering about, does it always make it easier if we give the boxes more HP? I think that is actually the case. I think in every level it makes it easier if the boxes have more HP. So yes, we can make that difficulty dependent. That's not a bad idea. Will you make achievements? I'll bring this game to Steam, I hope. So yes, I guess I'll have achievements as well. In case the base game is not hard enough for you yet. I did earlier, but I didn't hear you mention it. Okay, I did mention it, but maybe you just missed it. That's totally fine though. Asking again. I think it's a good idea. It's a pretty cool idea to have something that goes up and kind of can squash you, but also bring you upwards. It's a nice risk-reward mechanic. Somewhat like the underwater currents that are pointed directly towards spikes, but yet that you can use to speed up. A bit like that. So that's definitely a cool idea. I just think it should probably be a separate mechanic, a new mechanic, and not this one. Plus, I don't know if I'll have the time to implement it because I'm trying to finish the underwater chapter this week. Tomorrow, maybe the day after that. I hope it won't take that much longer. Can you explain why you don't have ads on your channel? Yeah, first of all, it comes down to my personal laziness that I was a little too lazy to get that started. Secondly, I'm a little afraid of doing my taxes, and as soon as I start earning any money, I'll have to start doing that as well. And once again, I'm a little lazy. And the point is, at the moment, if I started monetizing this YouTube channel, it would be a couple of bucks every month. Maybe it would be, I don't know, 5 euros, 10 euros every month, which is definitely cool. It's a beginning, but I'm not sure it's worth it at this point. You think I'd earn 50 bucks at least? I don't think so. I'm not sure. I get around 600 views every day. That's $1 a day max. Okay, I guess it's a little more than 10 bucks, but you get the idea. I'll definitely start monetizing soon. If you want me to monetize the channel, I can do that for you. Lucky you. Don't worry, I'll definitely do that. I just think it probably won't make that big of a difference. Maybe I'm entirely wrong. Who knows? Okay, let's have a look at all of the levels we created today, and then we can call it quits. And I can get started on working on Friday's video. Start from beginning, and then we'll have to skip all the way through, and we'll play on rage mode. And I have to get rid of that stupid frame rate warning. It's really annoying. Okay, this level is not new. Here's where the new levels start. First level we created today is this, where you have to dodge a bunch of bombs, which, by the way, still need a bit of polishing as well.
Very nice. The simulation is running in rage mode. I love rage mode.
They
It
need
makes
some...
people rage.
Yeah, stop talking. I'm talking now.
OMG, why do you keep dying there?
Because there are bombs. They need some sound effects, they need some explosions. Oh yeah, here's the first racing level. I like it, I like it, I like it. Yes,
What?
haha, I actually
How
managed to
did you
beat
do
it.
that so quickly? I don't understand.
Some of the voice lines start getting real annoying once you've heard them a couple of times. These racing levels, they feel so satisfying when you get them right. Very nice. And then here's the really difficult one. I'm not sure we have beaten that yet. I think I have beaten it once, right? Okay, next one is this super hard, difficult level.
Got to try harder than
Made
this.
that one as well, which I think is impossible on rage mode, but okay. And the last meme for the day is this one. Yeah,
This
we've
never
already
gets
seen
old.
that. I really wonder why it crashed earlier. It's very, very unsettling when stuff like that happens. When your game crashes and you don't know how to reproduce it. Cool. So that's all of the new levels. So, are there any more questions? Do you only use GameMaker Studio? No, I also use Unity. I like Unity as well. Just for this project, it's GameMaker. As long as you don't become dependent on YouTube ads, I'd say go for it. Yeah, I mean, probably smart to diversify your income a bit. So, guess some of it will come from YouTube, some of it will hopefully come from video games that I'll publish. We'll see. Or maybe it will just stay at 0 forever because I'll never bother to monetize my channel. Who knows? In my opinion, you can do that because I think you deserve it. That's very kind of you, Fabian. Thank you. The racing levels look very fluid. Yeah, they feel pretty nice, actually. Not gonna lie, I really like them as well. Then a random good job Jonas from Yen, which is, I don't know exactly what the context of that is, but I'll take it. You have some performance issues. In your game, you sometimes have performance issues, but when you try to recreate it, it runs at 60. Yeah, stuff like that is annoying. Inconsistent bugs don't make our lives very easy as developers. Hey, we managed to do a 3-hour live stream and my voice managed to stay all the way through. We created a bunch of cool content. Very happy with today's stream. Hope you enjoyed and gonna see you tomorrow with more level design probably. Bye bye.